Broadcasting Network for encouraging words on marriage.
And listen, guys, check out our new website, www.marriagevantagepoint.com. And remember, you are the MVP in your marriage.
From this moment.
So by now, you know that I'm solo today. My husband is not here. So usually I'm out of town and he's running solo and taking the anchor. But this week he left it in my hand. So good luck, y'all, with what you get. But anyway, so it is so good to be back with you guys. But yeah, I'm doing it by myself this week. So my husband is he's actually away at a men's ministry convention in the Cayman Islands. So he's definitely away. He wouldn't be able to join us today, but he says he's leaving this program in great hands. I have no idea what he's talking about, but I'm okay, I guess. So anyway, so I'm solo, so it's just me. So you won't hear that bass voice this week. And but anyway, I also wanted to give a shout out, man, to New Life Assembly of God in Constant Springs, Kingston. Bishop Cheryl Burton and her congregation. If you guys are hearing me today and you're under her leadership, her ministry, I know you guys are being blessed just every single week, days, whatever, everything she says. This is a great woman of God, and I just love her. She loves me, so I love her back. But anyway, Bishop Cheryl, you're absolutely wonderful. So hey, and shout out to New Life Assembly of God, Constant Springs, Kingston. And I'm in Coral Springs, and they're in Constant Springs. So we've got great springs, great fresh water pouring out today. So hey, Bishop Cheryl, hope I do it well. Hope I make my husband proud today, because he's away. He's like, I'm out. You're doing it solo. So anyway, something else I wanted to bring to your attention. So Christian Life Center is having a Fam Jam Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. And of course, this is going to be a fun-filled Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We've got bounce houses for the kids. We've got carnival games and so much more. They told me not to talk about the food. I can't keep my mouth closed, so there's going to be candy. There's going to be food. So kids, if you're listening in, or fam, when you're listening in, bring the kids. It's a very much free event, all age groups. We've got areas for preschool, teenagers, elementary kids. You are not going to miss out. So please join Christian Life Center Sunrise for Fam Jam, which is Saturday at 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The address, write it down, 7800 Northwest 39th Street in Sunrise. Again, Fam Jam, March 23rd, 10 a.m. till 2 p.m., 7800 West 39th Street in Sunrise, Florida. Come out to a free event. I know sometimes when you hear free, you're thinking, oh, what's the catch? This is just our church, the Sunrise Branch, putting on a free time of family and fun. It's called Fam Jam. It's going to be absolutely wonderful. So please bring your families. We want to see kids. We want to see families. We want to see there's going to be just something for everyone. And I shouldn't say this, but they're having great food, y'all. Jerk chicken. I can't say anymore. So they told me not to talk about the food, but I pretended that I forgot about the food. But anyway, so again, we're back. I think this is the last week that we're finishing up on blended families. And something, my husband kind of chimed in before, even though he knew he was not going to be a part of the show today. But he kind of chimed in and helped me out because, you know how the brain is. Two is better than one. So we're talking about blended family. Last week we talked about, I think something that I didn't mention, and I don't know how it slipped my mind as we were preparing for this, but I've been a stepchild for more than 50 years. My stepmom passed away last year, but my stepmother has been in my life since I was, now I'm giving away my age, since I guess I was like maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5 years old. So I've always had a stepmother. And I know we talked about it before that sometimes you hear the word step and mother and it gives it such a bad rap. I mean, I think there was even a movie about the stepmother or something like that. And it's so horrible. Some of the things that happened. And we know that sometimes when, a kid isn't in their own home with their own mom and their own dad or whatever, sometimes bad things can happen because their feelings, a new wife or a new husband comes in, new kids come into the family, and it just changes the dynamic of the family. So I think, of I don't know, in the last 10 years or so, the word blended family, and I don't know, please don't fact check me. I could be wrong, doesn't matter. But the idea is that we're talking about blended families and how we kind of pull all the families. And we know that if there's a new stepmother or stepfather involved, then there's the natural mother and the natural father. So we're talking about 4 people now trying to raise many children. And it can become a little bit difficult, but like my husband and I were talking about, he was talking to a friend of his, and this is really what kind of sparked us. Like, just a question I'm throwing out to you guys. So if you meet the woman of your dream or the man of your dream, and they tell you that, there are kids involved, like, is that a game changer? And how do you deal with just the thought process now of not only, because now it's not only the child, but it's also that natural parent. So those are the things that come into play when you think about blended families. And before, like last week, we talked about some things. And one of the most important things is we talked about was how to communicate. Like, you've got to talk about this. Like, good things just won't happen because you wish that it would, right? Or, and when you don't talk about things, they could either fester or someone's just not having a good life and no one's saying anything about it. And we talked about, it depends. Like, so if you meet a woman or a man and you think that they are the person of your dream, whatever is connected to them now becomes a part of your dream. So if they've got a kid or two, and that's an extension, but the only issue is they're not only that extension of your future husband or wife, they're an extension of a mom or a dad that's already existing. So those, just try to find a way to navigate some of those issues. And it shouldn't be a game changer because, like I said, I've been a stepchild for, until my stepmom passed away 50 years. And, as we were talking, and I just remember some things that didn't go well, like bad things that happen. And when I say bad, I don't mean like horrible. I just mean like, relational issues. Like if my stepmom and I would have issues over the years. Now you think about it as an adult. When I'm an adult, I think about it and I'm like, but I had those same issues with my mother. Like teenagers, and if you're a stepchild to a teen, they're trying to come into their own way. And now here's another parent involved that hadn't been in their lives their whole life. So it really does become difficult. And one of the things that we suggest after, again, having multiple conversations, there's going to be a new dynamic. You can't think that things are going to be the same with children coming in. And we talked about it last week, I think, about, having different schedules. Now you've got these child or these children coming in. The dynamics of your family lives, it's going to change drastically. It doesn't mean it's going to be changed as a burden or for the bad. But if you think about your husband or your wife and that you love them so much, but you can't, I'm not going to say you don't like the kids. It's not going to work, because you've got to understand that your spouse love their kids. They see them as an extension of who they are. So you've got to be prepared to show love. Sometimes you might not get it back, or you might not see the appreciation of your added value in their lives. But number one, you've got to give it time. Relationships and trust, those things aren't forged because your name is on a marriage certificate or on a home, that now you're a part of this family. It really does take time to forge relationships. So, give it time. You might not hear the word mom or dad. I never said mom to my stepmother. But it didn't mean I didn't love her and I didn't respect her. And one of the things that made me love and respected her was because of what my mother told me. So again, parents, you have this great opportunity to lead your children, your natural children, into a blended family, having them, letting them know that they've got to show respect to that new person coming into the family. And again, I never said, mom, but it didn't mean she didn't treat me as her own, and I didn't have to do, when I went there, I had to do the dishes, I had to sweep, I had to, clean up and do things. And when I was told about it, I wasn't thinking at the time, oh, it's because of my stepmother, the wicked stepmother or whatever, but so parents, natural parents, you have, I think, the biggest opportunity, even though the relationship might have ended in, a bitter divorce or whatever, you have to think about your child, that I have to put my child in the best position to be treated well. Because if you treat the new wife horribly, they might not treat your kid really well. So if you have this great opportunity, and I know it takes time to see your child going into another woman's home or another man's home, but you still have that opportunity to say, hey, show respect. And because you're not really doing it for you, you're doing it, the kid's going to be doing it for them, because, hey, whatever you put out, that's what you're going to get back. And especially if teenagers, man, I would just say to a stepmom or dad, try to be patient. You remember what it was like for you to be when you were a teen, and now you're entering a teen in a new relationship. You don't have to love your mom any less. And that's a story too. When you think about the stepmom or stepdad might be so nice, kids might feel guilty loving their new step parent and loving their own parents. Kids don't need to feel guilty. Kids need to feel as if they're in a loving, wonderful environment. And I think that would be good if you usher them into that it's a safe, wonderful place. And hey, don't be afraid to pick up the phone and have conversations with the new wife or the new husband and say, hey, I am in my child's life. I'm here 100%. Please, I will tell my kid to show you respect. Do the same. Love my kid, and my kid will love you. There's nothing like, if it's going to be a blended family, it should be blended so well that no one from the outside could see that there are different parents involved, right? So, and give time. And like I said, talk things out. Don't walk into a situation and try, oh, I'm your new dad or I'm your new mom. You're going to get pushback from the kids because they have their own. And like I said, it's great that you walk in and you can be a support to that child. And think about it. If things aren't getting any better, don't let the children become adults without it getting better. Like, then they will grow up thinking that this is the, being a step parent or a stepchild, you never know what can happen. Sometimes we repeat the past because we don't come out of it really well. So if things aren't getting better in your home with new family, a blended family, talk about it, seek help, and, again, communicate. Having a blended family, it's not the worst thing in the world. So talk, have conversations, seek help. One last thing before we go, my time is up. And I just wanted to remind you again about Fam Jam next Saturday, March 23rd, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There'll be bounce houses, carnivals, food. We've got tons for you to bring out the whole family and enjoy in a Christian environment. And last but not least, something that's been on my heart for this whole week, Haiti. Listen, Haiti, families are being displaced. The world is watching. You might think that you might not have a way to help. You can be in prayer. Order needs to be restored in Haiti. They're in the Caribbean. They're our family. They're no different from us. So please pray for Haiti. You watch the news, you see what's happening right now. Families are going to be displaced. It's horrible, and we're about family here at Omega. So you might think that you don't know how to help. Pray that order is restored and that families aren't displaced. Sorry. But anyway, we are at the end. So thank you guys for just staying with me. And my husband's away, but he'll be back next week. All right. Thank you. You can go to our website, www.marriagevantagepoint.com. Have a great week, and God bless you.
All right, Omega listeners, you were just tuned in to Marriage in a Minute here today. We do hope that you were blessed by today's program and that you will go ahead and tune in next week, Saturday at the same time right here on the same station. So go ahead and stay tuned in, stay locked in, and don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial.
From this moment.
Hey, radio listeners, this is Michelle Hyatt,
And this is Karim Hyatt.
host of Marriage in a Minute. Tune in every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. right here on Omega Radio Broadcasting Network for encouraging words on marriage.
And listen, guys, check out our new website, www.marriagevantagepoint.com. And remember,